Welcome back. Still to come, exercise transformed his life, and now Harry Judd demonstrates how to get fit almost anywhere, even at our bus stop that we've made for him. Perfect action man. He was one part of the hugely successful Bad's Book Fly and was crowned champion of the Strictly Ballroom. From the outside, you could say Harry Judd had the perfect life.
Underneath all of the success, Harry was secretly suffering from debilitating mental health problems, including anxiety and OCD. That was until exercise changed his outlook and gave him the balance that he craved. He joins us now, and it's lovely to see you.
So
Thank
nice
you very much indeed. And it's funny when you start analysing yourself, which you've obviously done, to see where you can trace back the moment you started to lose your centre of gravity. That you had a very happy childhood.
Yes.
Parents in a car crash. Your mum was in a wheelchair for a year, and so you, at the age of 8, with your siblings, went into boarding school.
That's correct. Yes.
And so that was, and it was there that it began to start.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I had a very happy childhood. I can't for 1 minute complain there. Very, very happy. I joined the band when I was 17. You know, I was a happy sort of confident guy. Everything was great. It was about 19. I was about 19 when things sort of started to turn for me, and I did start to suffer with anxiety.
But did you try marijuana at school?
Not actually in school. It was sort of in the school holidays.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with marijuana, you know, you've got different forms of marijuana. Unfortunately, I kind of stumbled across the sort of strongest form. And became, you know, very quickly became...
But that was just, you know, with your mates?
Yeah, with my mates, yeah, exactly. And then, you know, I joined the band. I remember the first night in the band house, I was kind of tentatively checking whether they'd ever smoked before. And I remember quickly thinking, you know, I'd left home, I'd left school, and thinking, I'm a free man, I can do what I want.
Nobody's looking over you.
Nobody's looking over me, yeah. And I very quickly felt dependent on, you know, on skunk. And I remember growing up being told, oh, you can't get hooked on weed, it's totally fine. But yeah, within, you know, a month or so, that was it. That was me every night.
And I mean, with this, at the same time, sort of running parallel to all of this, was the band's success. And you got the Brits and all of this. But actually, this anxiety was meaning that you didn't have time for the fans. They would freak you out.
Yeah,
you didn't want it. You nearly quit, actually.
Well, yeah, it was a tough time because that's the thing. Things were great. Everything, you know, we were #1, selling out tours. And it'd gotten to the point where I'd started to really suffer with the anxiety. And the things with anxiety, it creates irrational thoughts, and you're not actually true to, you know, how you feel. And so, yeah, there were times where I struggled to cope with the position that I was in. But thankfully for me, you know, this isn't a sob story. You know, it's been a very happy outcome, and I've had a very happy, you know, adult life as well. But it's had its ups and downs, and that's what really inspired me to write the book.
Well, it was because of this, and we mentioned it in the introduction, there was the anxiety and the panic attacks and the OCD, big surprise birthday party, and everyone comes round to your house and you're just looking down wanting to scream, take your shoes off.
Yeah, or just get out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Again, that's the thing, it creates irrational thoughts.
But you also found that although you didn't have a problem with alcohol, that was another key that opened up.
Another key to, yeah, I remember being around yours, Holly. I remember you offered me a drink, and it was around the time when I'd stopped drinking, because the alcohol, just like the drugs and smoking and everything, was sort of, you know, allowing the anxiety to rear its ugly head. And it was exercise that really was the catalyst to helping me deal with all these problems.
When did you discover, then, that exercise made a difference to your state of mind?
Well, initially, I'd started exercising for aesthetic reasons. I wanted to get in shape, as they say. And I soon realised that there are so many other benefits to exercise. And as I say, that's the reason I felt compelled to tell my story, to sort of show to others that there are so many other benefits to exercise. It's not just about transforming the way you look, it's about transforming the way you feel. And certainly for me, that was the case.
And for some people, I think that getting into exercise or beginning that is the scariest part. And sometimes that world, going to a gym, can seem quite intimidating.
That's exactly it. All the research I did for the book showed that people are intimidated by gyms. They don't have the time, they don't have the money. And I'm just saying here, look, and also, the whole point about it being intimidating, I think with the fitness industry, everything is based on how to get abs in 6 weeks and how to sculpt your body to a certain way. But for me, there are so many more amazing benefits to exercise. that aren't just about looking good, about feeling good. And as I say, I felt the mental health benefits firsthand.
I think Trisha Goddard, who used to do a show, used to do Trisha on ITV in the mornings. I think she found that the key to her anxiety problems was exercise.
Absolutely,
she said very early on, and it's transformed my life.
Absolutely, and the same for me. And of course, the aesthetics are great, but for me, that's a byproduct. And you know, and also I'm sort of saying to people that you don't have to, you know, gyms are great. I enjoy going to the gym personally, but you don't have to join a gym. You don't have to spend an hour on the treadmill. It can be fun. You know, in the book, I'm doing workouts, say, with my mum and with
I was going to say, and you've got beginner and you've got intermediate.
Advanced.
Just thinking, there's the office workout here. I mean, that's the bus stop workout that you were talking about there. And there's one in here called the selfie workout.
The selfie workout.
So tell us about that. How does that work?
The thing is, I just felt like I wanted to...
There's the shower workout, ladies. Just found that one.
But I just wanted to sort of present exercise in a fresh, kind of fun way and just say, look, you don't need equipment. It doesn't have to cost loads of money. You don't need to spend an hour a day doing it. You can get an effective workout done in 5 minutes. So, for example, the selfie workout, you know, it's just a sort of 5-10 minute interval-based workout where in between each interval you take a selfie, and then so effectively each selfie becomes less flattering and you make a collage. Just a bit of fun, you know.
Well, we've got one here. Here you go.
Yeah.
Is this your one?
I did do one,
You're taking 9 selfies and performing 8 different exercises. And after each exercise, you're going to take a selfie. First up, squats, 20 seconds. Let's go. Oh, hello. Squats are much harder when your daughter's joining you. You'll take a selfie. And next up, we have lunges. You're doing lunges, Lola. Okay, I'm going to make this harder for myself and have an extra weight. Woo!
Oh, that is so cute.
Yeah.
So that's a little... You've got 2 babies now.
2 children, yes, absolutely.
Lola and Kit.
Lola and Kit, that's right. Yeah.
And how is fatherhood?
It's amazing. I absolutely love it. Don't get me started because I'll have my phone out showing you pictures within seconds. But
Feel free.
It's lovely. It comes with its challenges, you know, but I can't complain. You know, Izzy and I, you know, we initially struggled to conceive with Lola, and you know, so feel very, you know, lucky to have to.
Well, you had IVF, didn't 2 rounds of IVF.
Yeah, 2 rounds of IVF.
Kit was a little miracle.
Yeah, Kit sort of came out of nowhere, and on New Year's Day, Izzy woke me up and said, "I'm pregnant," you know, and
lovely.
so yeah, amazing. And here he is, and he's relatively, I say happy, Izzy will be at home going, he's not happy. He's never happy. But yeah, that's like another added responsibility, I feel, as a parent now, you know, to kind of keep control of my anxiety and other things that I've struggled with in the past. And as I say, exercise for me has been the key to kind of looking after myself.
And if you feel that black mist rolling over, then you go out and run.
Right, Izzy's just like, get to the gym. Yeah, very much so. And I just feel like it needs a voice, you know, for people who have either suffered with anxiety or depression. You know, it can be. I've spoken to doctors and research, done all my research.
You spoke to our Dr. Zoe, didn't you?
Dr. Zoe, that's right. And it can be as effective as, you know, a prescription as sort of an antidepressant. So
worth a try.
Worth a try,
Definitely
absolutely.
Worth a try.
And as I said, there's 5-minute workouts, 20-minute workouts. It doesn't have to be an arduous task.
Well, this is what we're talking about. Get fit, get happy. And it's really lovely to see you. Love to your little family.
Thank you.
Well.
Thanks for having me.
All right, thank you. Still to come, she's scouring the country for Britain's next top model. Abby Clancy explains what we can expect from the upcoming series.